Hi, welcome to Trading Battle number 10 on our special Friday the 13th edition. We hope nobody is spooked out too much by the markets. Markets are actually kind of relatively calm, except for maybe crypto today. And today we have an incredibly special show. Two very talented traders from really across the world. On one side of the world, from New Zealand, we have Andrew Mitchum with us today. Hi, Andrew. Say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Andrew, good to see you. And from Thailand, by way of Montreal, Canada, we have Etienne, my old friend, and he is trading from Thailand. But, he'll be joining us, and he's a world traveler. He loves to trade and travel, which is something maybe we'll talk to him about a little bit as we get into the show. Hi, Etienne. Comment ça va?
Hi, good to be here, of course.
Hi, good to be with you. Great, guys. So, we have Friday the 13th, but it's August, a little bit of a sleepy summer doldrums. Some of the traders are on the beaches having a good time in Saint-Tropez and the Hamptons. But nevertheless, there is still some action in the marketplace. And we are going to jump right in today. I'm going to ask you guys to place your best 3 trades as our first challenge of the day today. And we'll start with Andrew. Now, Andrew is a very interesting trader. He likes to trade what I call turns. He likes to find pivots in price action. He's a purely technical trader. And he applies this methodology both on a short-term basis and a longer-term basis. So today, I'm going to put him a little bit on the spot and have him give me 3 of his best short-term trades as we head into Friday the 13th. Talk to me, Andrew. What do you like today?
Boris, I'm liking the British pound Canadian dollar short. I'd be happy to jump into that straight away now and put a stop on that one at around the 172.84 level.
Okay, so we're gonna jump into pound CAD at I gotta find it. So about 72.70.
Yep.
With a stop where? Where's the stop? I'm sorry.
Just above this high, so about the 172.74 level.
72.74. 74. Yep. Wait, there's only
84. Sorry, 72.84. My eyesight. I'm sorry.
I was going to say you're going to get killed by the spread.
Wearing these. And profit target at 172.53.
Okay, awesome. So got a good risk reward ratio. A little bit of a tight stop. Pound CAD is a heartbreaking trade. It moves very, very fast. Big spread. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm liking that.
What's your next good idea for
number 2 is kind of related, but it's New Zealand Canadian. And again, happy to jump straight into that one.
Okay. What are we going to do with the CAD? We're going to sell it?
Yes, sell the New Zealand Canadian.
Okay. And what price? About 79, right? 87.79.
Jump in straight away at the market. I'm just seeing it a little bit low. I'm seeing it at 87.67 right now.
Okay, 67, sorry. Keep going.
And on that one, we can put our stop loss at 87.80.
Okay.
And our profit target can come down here at 87.55.
Okay. All right. So about like 10, 15 point pip trades. You're looking at, I believe, 30-minute charts. That's sort of like the shortest time frame that Andrew is comfortable with. And
for me, you're pulling me outside my comfort zone, but 30-minute would be my shortest. And my third trade, although it's buying into this round number and the pivot point, I would be buying the euro yen.
Okay.
And on that one,
50s with a stop where?
I'd like to put my stop at 129.38.
Okay.
And my profit target at 129.62.
Okay. So interesting. Here you can see on euro yen, there's a triple bottom support at the 40 level, basically 38, 40 level, and you're just looking for that rebound to see if they can carry it higher.
Yeah, and strength and weakness for today, I'm looking for the euro to be quite strong, and I'm also looking for strength in the Canadian and weakness in the British pound, weakness in the New Zealand dollar. Hence the other two dropping, this one rising.
Right. Understood. So you like Caddy, you like Euro, you're weak pound and Kiwi.
Correct.
Right? Sounds great. Etienne, mon ami, what are we doing?
Yeah, sure. So my first trade is on the ideal type. I'm going to go on Euro AUD. I'm going to go long on this one. So we have a range. It's kind of a mix of both. I'm aiming for, because we had this big up move before, for price to continue that way after the range here. So I'm going to go long over here. This is 1.5993 or so. I'm going to put stop loss here below the low at 1.598 or so. And I'm targeting probably at least 2 to 1. So probably the next high over here at 1.60. So maybe put a target a bit at 1.50 or a bit before. And that would be my target for this trade.
About 60-20, somewhere around there, right?
Yes, 60-20 will be fine. Yes.
Yeah,
perfect.
we're gonna risk about 15, try to make 20-30 on that trade. It's a consolidation trade there. Hey, Etienne, what are those little red-green triangles on your charts? Are they some kind of surprise?
This is the indicator I quoted for my strategy with Bollinger Band. It's a simple reversal for Bollinger Band. So I'll show you how that works with the other trades later for sure. But it's a simple tool that kind of looks for a break of the Bollinger Band with a push within the band after.
I see. So like this, the red tells you that there's a sell reversal, and the green tells you there's a buy reversal, kind of.
Yeah, they're not clear singles, but if you put the Bollinger Band on it, you'll see that when price breaks, there's some kind of price action pattern, like an engulfing candle or something of the sort. Then it would enter below the low of this candlestick, for example. So in that case, that wouldn't happen. But some of the trades would be better.
Okay, that looks like an interesting indicator. Okay, so we got one trade in the bank for Etienne. What's the next thing we're going to look at?
Second trade is on USD CAD, and here I'm going to go short based on this range we had, and price making is set up with my Bollinger Band, so the indicator I just talked about. And we're going to turn normally below the low here. Didn't happen, we will be stopped out in that case. But I'm going to re-enter here because we break the range, so I'll go short over here at 1.251 or so, and I'll put a stop loss beyond the high over here, so 1.253. And try to target this low over here, so 1.24 or 1.25 or so.
I see. Interesting. Right. I mean, it's a quiet Friday day morning in the European North American session, but you can see that there's a little bit of commodity strength here as we enter the European session. And then the last trade is something a little bit unique and unusual that maybe some of the traders don't necessarily trade because it's not a G10 currency. What do you have for us on your third and final short-term trade here?
Yeah, it's a pair I like a lot for some reason. It's been good to me in the past few years, and it kind of works really well. Very similar to USD CAD in a different manner, though, sometimes. So the moves are not exactly the same. They kind of vary. They are different sometimes. Sometimes the two pairs will be not correlated, sometimes correlated. So here we're going into a similar range we had to USD CAD, but price broke out and came back to retest the range. So I have my Bollinger Band here, the Bollinger Band. I'm looking to buy on this pair. And this seems like a nice level in the range still, but on a good side. And I'm going to target, I'm going to put a stop loss below here, the wick, so 1.357. And I would try to target a move to the upside over here. So somewhere around 1.359 or 1.36. 1.36 is better.
So tell me a little bit about dollar sig. What kind of a behavior pattern does it have? What kind of a trade does it do? Do you usually trade it on a short-term basis? What do you like to do with it?
It's a pair that I mostly trade on the forward chart, 1 hour chart. It seems to work pretty well on that. The move seems more clear. I feel like the setup are better looking sometimes than other pairs like USD or USD CAD. So it seems like there's a little bit less movement, a little bit less like crazy moves on that pair. But again, sometimes it can act in a weird way as well. It's a good pair to trade. For me, it's more clear, more straightforward. The targets are easier, and the daily chart looks quite nice. So
you basically think that it's a pair that tends to hold its the trend better. Is that what you're saying? That once you can catch its move, it tends to be smoother in its movement.
So either hold the trends well, or for me, what I like the most is kind of respecting the levels, the support resistance areas, tend to be respected really well on this pair.
Okay. Can we go back? I'm just curious. Can we go back to dollar sig for just 1 second? I'm curious about one thing. So you're sort of you're buying sort of a turn in the. We basically have a upward range, right? We have the pair is obviously consolidated from a sell-off. Now it's moving up. It's created kind of a range, and now it's in the upper third of that range. Is that the area you generally like to, if you're going to buy for an upward move? Is that an area you like to really go and buy in the upper third of the range? Yeah.
In the best case, I would like to have price not break out within the range too much. It's not a bad thing in the sense that people who went long over here may be kind of like shaking out a little bit. So that could be a good thing. So for me, I try to go when price breaks out or on a pullback after, whenever we have a kind of bullish signal. So that sounds okay to me.
The reason we like this is we had a break out of the range, a shallow pullback. And as long as it's kind of a shallow pullback, you're happy with it. If that pullback becomes steeper, if it comes down much deeper into the range, then that sends off warning signals for you. You want to be out of the trade. Basically, that's why you have
Exactly.
that stop. I see. So you're not going to hold this thing all the way down for the bitter end to the bottom of the range.
No. So if it comes around here, like 1.357, or even here 1.35, 1.357 or 1.3575, that'd be what I want to get out of the trade probably, because it doesn't make sense to hold the trade anymore.
Awesome. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's do a little bit of review of all the trades we have on right now. For Andrew, we have got. I got to get my big numbers. We have pound CAD that he is in at. Why can't I see this? I'm sorry, guys. This is Etienne's trades. For some reason, I need Andrew's trades. I'm sorry. We're having a little bit of technical problems with our board. It's a little hard for me to follow. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. I can read them out, Boris, so that helps.
Yeah, please. Okay. So we have pound CAD here. And Andrew is in pound CAD at 68, 72, 68 with a stop of 84. It's now 70, so just basically floating essentially where he is at. Yeah. He's long euro yen at the 29.49. Euro yen is same price, and it's a really Friday day. And then Kiwi CAD, he sold that at 87.66, and it's basically 69, just kind of hanging in there, right? Yeah. So we're just basically floating. With Etienne, we have obviously dollar sig at 30. Sorry, I'm watching these trades again. My apologies here. I got Etienne's trades first. Okay, so for Etienne, Euro Aussie, he bought 59.90. That's essentially pretty much there, right? Euro Aussie now is. No, you're long Euro Aussie at 95, right? And now
so I went back a bit below.
Yeah, that's slipping a little bit against you. Dollar CAD, you were short at 25.11, and that's 25.10, pretty much there. Mm-hmm. And dollar sig 35.84. We're on the buy side. I don't have dollar sig on my thing. I think. Let me just see if I didn't bring it up. What is dollar sig right now? It's what's it trading?
135.80.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So essentially, we're all very much flat, and that's expected. But let's see, because by the end of the session, we could have some movement over here. So let's see if we can get ourselves going. Yeah. Now, here comes challenge number 2, and this one is my favorite because it always makes traders a little bit out of their comfort zone. Challenge number 2, in concert with the fact that we have Friday the 13th, and we want to see if traders can test their fate. How lucky are they? What we're going to do is, as you can see, by the way, Etienne obviously very much of a Forex trader. So is Andrew. We're going to do 2 things to take them out of their comfort zone and just see how lucky they are. We're going to ask them to sort of sidestep their longer-term charts first, but most importantly, we're going to ask them to completely step outside of their comfort zone as far as the instrument goes and trade an instrument that they generally do not trade. So when it comes to Etienne, that's going to be indices. And I'm going to ask him, give me an indice trade right now that you like, and we're going to take a look at the chart and see what Etienne comes up with.
Yeah, it looks a bit strange in the indices right now because it's all pretty much up. So the DAX was up, by a lot. By the way, the S&P was up also, Dow Jones as well. So not much you can do there except going long, in my opinion. It's going to be really hard to do.
I agree.
Also, you can see here on a Any question?
Yeah, no, it's fine. So,
Okay,
so
cool.
you're
Yeah.
looking at the SPOOs. You want to looking at the S&P 500. You just want to going to get long 44, 60,
Yeah.
65.
So I was going to get long. Yeah, I was going to get long on this. I was thinking,
Yeah.
look on the 1 hour chart, the 15-minute chart. It's pretty much all the
Right.
same. Looks really like bullish.
Right.
We had a nice setup here before, but that's something that I would trade with my bonus band, but not now. So yeah, definitely long there.
Right.
In terms of placing a stop, I'll try to go below. Is it going to be a long-term time frame or a short-term trade?
It's up to you whether you. One of the great things about the trading battle is that we have the flexibility to hold the trades longer than the hour session. So if you want to hold the S&P, for example, into next week, you certainly have the opportunity to do so. So think, depending on how you want to structure your trade in terms of stops and targets, we can create any kind of a trade you like. So you let us know.
Awesome.
If you want to think a little bit about whether you want to hold this trade or you want to just bust out of it before the end of the day, we can do it. We'll just leave it open right now at 44.65 on the charts and just follow it. It's trust me, the indices aren't going to go anywhere. I trade them all day long.
That makes sense. I would want to put a stop right away for sure if I were trading for myself, but in that case,
Right.
you can leave it open a little bit, then that's fine by me. I'll let you know what to do with it.
Right. And, all of a sudden we get some kind of tension in Taiwan, and this thing is going to drop 100 points on you, and I'm going to destroy your revenue. But hopefully not. Okay, now Andrew. So Andrew is an old time forex trader. But what's interesting, and I'm actually curious as to why not. He really doesn't. You don't trade crypto that much, right? Is that correct?
No, I don't. But I'm about to take a sell on Bitcoin, though.
Oh my goodness! All right. So Biddy trading. Biddy is really strong today. As a matter of fact, crypto is really the only story in town. I think we're at 46. Last quote is 46,322, up 4.5% or 4.2%. ETH is up 6.5%. So crypto leading the markets by a wide margin. Feeling very good. The story in crypto today, just sort of to let you guys know, I think there's just enormous amount of relief at the fact that the U.S. regulatory regime is not going to get very deep on crypto. There was this incredible fear that the infrastructure bill in the United States was going to regulate anybody who does anything with crypto was going to effectively have to report everything to the authorities because they were going to be treated as a broker. Well, a lot of that language has been modified tremendously to kind of give the regular traders and just general non-practitioners, that is people who don't necessarily have big crypto exchanges, a lot less regulatory oversight. And you're seeing a really big sigh of relief in crypto land, which is why they're leading the board right now. So, but one of the interesting things about Andrew that I find fascinating is Andrew is really a turn trader. He loves to pick turns. Yeah. So, because he likes to pick turns, he's sort of just saying, there's possibly a short kind of, crypto is kind of exhausted for the time being. He's looking for Bitcoin to retreat from these levels a little bit. And it's working a little bit. Hey, Bitcoin is going to move $100 a second. So, but you're already in the money because you went 322 and it's 311 right now.
You should have come to me about 3 minutes earlier.
Right, exactly.
No, that's all good.
No,
can I put some stops and profits on this, Boris?
Yes. What kind of stops and
I'd like to put a stop above this high here. So at 46,470 is a stop loss.
Okay.
46,470 and a profit target at 46,015.
Okay, so buck 50. So 46, buck 50 with 46. Wow, you really picked the top. I love this because I've never seen anybody trade crypto with $100 stop because that's literally a sneeze in Bitcoin land. And I think it may be working for you. It's incredible. It's really moving your way. Good for you. So, Andrew,
the nice thing is, if it gets there, it gives me a 2-1 reward to risk. So
it really does. It really does, and I'm really impressed at how that moved for you. Good for you. Okay. So as far as that goes, so the S&P is the SPOOs is a snoozer for you. I'm afraid, Etienne, but that's fine. We'll let it play out. We'll see how it's going. I want to, if we can maybe take a few minutes here. Just talk a little bit about each individual trader's philosophy, and maybe Andrew, you could start and just tell me sort of your general approach to how you trade. And we already got a sense of how you like to pick turns, but maybe you can give us a little bit of a deeper discussion of what it goes into picking those turns, and specifically why you find turn trading to be the most productive way to trade.
Yeah, sure, boss. So for me, there's two different ways I like to trade. I like to take a reversal. So for me, it's generally with a candle pattern off the upper or lower Bollinger Band. That's my reversal. My continuation pattern's more coming back to like an uptrend, pull back to the middle, and then a bullish candle to go long again.
Okay.
Or the opposite to go short. So I like to use candle patterns as my main factor, my main thing I look at.
Would you be so kind as to maybe share a chart with us? Just give us a good example or
let me just see if I can find you something top of the head here. I'll tell you what I will do is if I go to
Bitcoin. Actually, just kind of curious. So here's Bitcoin. I mean, this is a super short-term chart, but
what we'll do, Bitcoin on a monthly. If I show Bitcoin on a monthly, I'm on a monthly buy from this candle here. I've just told you I don't trade Bitcoin. I have traded Bitcoin for the month of this month, only because it had the candle pattern. Let me just remove it.
Can we just slowly walk through that candle pattern? What was it? Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. So I love this big uptrend, but I'm not trading this uptrend. It's outside the upper Bollinger Band. It's already overbought. And I'm loving this candle here. This tells me there's indecision. It tells me the market's pushed up, it's exhausted, it's coming back. This candle gives me confirmation, and then nothing really happened. Now, this is a monthly chart, but it doesn't really matter. It could be any time frame.
Sure.
This candle in here is the one that I took. So this was at the beginning of August. This is July's completed monthly chart candle.
Right. So what made you bullish off that candle?
So I've got a triple bottom. I've got an uptrend. I've got a pullback. This is the middle Bollinger Band in here. Now, it's not perfectly back to the middle Bollinger Band, but it's pulled back. And I'm then looking at taking it long. I don't enter, apart from like what we've done today, on market orders. I take limit orders.
Sure.
So I took a retracement. I draw fibs over the candle, and I took a limit order. So if I draw the fibs over this candle here, I've taken a limit order back here, just above this 61 retracement. So I've got in, not on this account, on another account, almost perfectly. And my profit target is up here at this 161 extension.
Interesting.
So the reason I like limit orders is it gives me a better entry and a better reward to risk.
Sure. And if you miss it, you miss it. You just look on for the next idea, right?
Yeah, no, I generally split them. So I put a part in at the market and a part at the retracement.
Okay, now you see, I want to hear your tricks. Yeah, everybody tells me, but I want the partial truth, but not the full truth. So that's interesting. So you establish a position because you like the whole structure.
Yes.
But then you want to improve your cost basis. And says, now, do you split it half, a third, 2/3? What's general size?
I generally go half at the market, but the market has a different stop loss to the retracement order stop loss. So they still both have the same profit target because that's my upper limit, but they have a slightly different stop loss. They still end up, like if I give you a very quick overview of this trade here, if it gets to its profit target, it's entered its profit up here of, let's call that 11, let's call it 118 pips for ease of numbers. And my stop loss is down here at 38. So it's, what's that? It's about 2.7, 2.8 is the top of my head figure, reward to risk. The market order, so the market order has a stop loss of 45 and a profit target of about 80. So it's a smaller reward to risk, but I take that in case it doesn't retrace, and I don't want to miss out on a really good trade simply because it didn't retrace far enough.
Right. Interesting. So you essentially run kind of two type of scenarios on after you've the analyst. Super interesting. Okay. All right. Etienne, talk to us, my friend. I want to know a little bit about those triangles and what they do, and also tell us a little bit about you. You're sort of a straight up bread and butter support resistance trader. You like to trade support, buy support, sell resistance, but clearly there's other analytics that go into your structure. And one of those is, like you said, those little triangles that help. They're not signals, but they're just kind of, they give you a deeper understanding of the price action a little bit. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Exactly. So Andrew and I kind of trade similarly with the Bollinger Band. We do a similar thing. I look at support resistance zones from my main thing. So I can show you an example here on USD Singapore dollar of a couple of weeks back. And what I'll do is I'll look at these support levels, resistance areas on the chart. And I've spotted this one here at 1.32 or so, a couple of weeks back. So as you see, this is a daily chart. So price came back to the low over here. I'm looking to buy right away. So I'm looking to buy on the first stop here if we touched it before in the past, which we probably did. Looking to buy here again when we come back again, and so on as we continue.
So that's effectively a double bottom trade. You are
exactly
yeah.
But that's not how I see it necessarily. So what I'm doing there is I'll go on lower time frame. That's a daily chart. That's too big for me to trade. I don't like to trade daily charts. I'll go see like a forward chart, and that's where my setup comes in. So what I do is I look at the Bollinger Band. And I want to have price going at the low of the Bollinger Band, kind of like a reversal trade of the low of the Bollinger Band. And I want to have a engulfing candle or a candlestick breaking or closing beyond the high of the previous candlestick. So here we have the small candlestick here, small bearish.
Right there. That
next one is a bullish candlestick. And they have to both break the Bollinger Band. So both here broke the Bollinger Band, which is good. I would want to enter beyond the high, so a little bit above the high here. But my stop loss just below the low. And what I do for my target is simple. I've found from my data that 2 to 1 and 2 to 1 works the best. Actually, 1 to 1, 3 to 1 works the best. So I will put a first take profit at 1 to 1 around over here. And the second one, I'll keep it for longer time frames, like at 3 to 1. So if you compare, that would be around something like over here.
Right.
So that's how I approach for all my trades.
Right. So if you catch a good turn, then that second trade really pays for a lot of small losses. Yeah, interesting.
And I'll sometimes my stop loss to break even. Sometimes if the market's really choppy or things are not happening at all, so it's possible that I'll take my stop loss from here to here when it calls the first half of the trade. That could happen, but in general, I don't do that necessarily too much.
That's interesting. So basically, the first trade is just used to kind of pay off some losses in case the trade doesn't work. Just kind of bank a little bit. And because the real money is made is if you can just have the patience to hold on for that big reversal.
Exactly. If you get the 3-1, it's the best, but it doesn't happen too often. But it's still a pretty good thing.
Right. How often does that 3-1 hit for you?
3-1 is around I would say like a 33% chance of happening.
Right. Huh? Okay. That's pretty good because that still gives you opportunity to make money. Net positive. Yeah. Okay, let's maybe we can take a look. We know we have the board back. I'm curious to see how we're doing. It's hard for me to see the numbers. There we go. Can we get that a little bit? So, whose is this? This is Andrew's got these are Andrew's trades, and where's the take? I don't see. Oh, we don't have the. There's no. Where's the P&L here? Oh, Andrew, there we go. Oh, it's really. I'm sorry, guys. It's very hard for me to read because it's a little light on the P&L. But it looks like Andrew his euro yen is working. Right. Let me just look at the charts here. This euro yen is working. My producer is punching me stuff here. Okay, so what's working for Andrew? His euro yen is working. All these other trades are mildly not working, but he's got like a minus 12 on the position. And let's see what Etienne's positions are. And Etienne's trades, I'm just going to summarize them here. Etienne's trades are all underwater a little bit. So as of now, Andrew is leading ahead a little bit. He's less red. He's less red than Etienne, which is on a Friday the 13th. I guess it's less blood is better, right? That's what we're aiming for. But it's interesting. Where's his where's your? I was all excited about the. Hey, your Bitcoin trade is working too. How come that's not? Maybe because the spreads. 44.64.
Yeah,
For
I've got
some reason,
Bitcoin pretty much at break even.
I see. Yeah, see that's the problem. The problem with Bitcoin is the spreads are so big
Yeah.
that it just. But he's looking for about 0.50. Might work his way. But it's interesting as far as the turn trade goes. All right. Well, we're coming up to our final challenge of the trading session, which is the trade for the week ahead. This one is a longer term trade, and this, by the way, is much more in the wheelhouse of both traders who are longer term traders, and they like to position themselves. And I find what's interesting about the trading challenges that we've done many times is I'm of course a very short term trader, and so is Kathy, and the short-term traders win in the 1 hour time frame all the time, but because we allow these trading battles to continue for the full week, a lot of times the longer-term traders come back and just clean our clocks on longer-term trades. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned here about the big profits are done on the bigger time frames, and there's no bigger time frame than I think what Andrew trades. Andrew has an idea for us, and I wanted to share it with him. Now, Andrew is going to go to the weekly chart and share with us what he thinks is a really interesting setup here. So what do we got? We have...
Horace, can I cheat and give you two?
Yes, absolutely. We have two. So first he's actually showing me, what are we going to go with first, Andrew?
We've got Euro franc on the weekly. Now, this is assuming it closes by the end of this week, very similar to this. I'm looking at entering two positions again. So one, the retracement, one, the market. And would you like me to give you the entry and exits or the reason why the trade?
Yes, both.
So
yes, go ahead.
Reason for the trade is I'm seeing this Euro franc heading up, seeing it pull back to this bottom Bollinger Band, a bit of indecision here. I'm liking that this chart's not particularly clear, but that low there is a perfect low from back here. Lots of support all the way in this kind of range. We've got a good bullish strong candle. I get myself a trend line. Let me try that again. A trend line breakdown through here. Right. My stochastics are low and rising. Kind of everything that I'm looking for. Now, on a weekly chart, I wouldn't normally trade the Euro franc because, as we know, it doesn't move a lot. But I like the pattern. And what I also like with this trade is I can use round numbers. And round numbers, for me, are anything ending in 50 or 0. And I can use round numbers on this trade really nicely. And I always like to have a stop loss protected by a round number if I can. Okay.
Can you give us an idea of how you would use the round numbers?
Yeah, sure. So if we have a look on here, if you can see in there, there's the 108 level in about there. So I'd be looking to enter my buy limit just higher than that level.
Okay.
Because what I'd be anticipating is maybe on Monday when the market opens or your Sunday, the price potentially could then start to drop. And then I'm using 108 as a support level. So I'm looking to get in at a better price just above that level and then for it to push back up again.
Right.
And my profit target also is above, sorry, let me correct that, is below the next round number up here. So we're up here, we've got 109 in around there, and I would be taking my profit just below that level.
Interesting.
So I'm not anticipating it has to break through that next big round number to get to my profit. I'm out before that level.
Right. Now, Andrew, it's interesting when I'm looking at this chart. If you go backwards, like 20 or 30 weeks, you have a very similar pattern right there. Yeah, like the next red arrow, see that right there. That pattern is almost identical to the one that's shaping up now. And that's the thing about that pattern is that it took like literally 10 and a half weeks, I think, to work that out. Would you be patient enough to hold on to a trade like that?
No, not at all. But what I do like with this is because I'm using the Bollinger Bands as resistance levels in this case, this candle here actually closed right on the upper band.
Okay.
And it closed next to all this resistance. This candle here, because our bands are opening, I'm now getting out before that middle band. I don't need to break because I'm drawing my fibs over this candle.
Right. That's so interesting. Oh, that's very, very
before that level.
So even though they looked similar on a candle basis, on an indicator basis, a completely different scenario here, very different diagnostic.
Absolutely. Yeah, completely different. The way I look at them is completely different. I don't like to take anything like this that already is at that upper band.
That's super interesting. Wow, very, very interesting. Okay, Andrew, the producer asking me again to repeat the levels if you can possibly can. Your entries, your stop, your targets.
So we are on the Euro franc. So my entry would be 1.0803.
Mm-hmm.
Its stop loss would be 1.0773. Its profit target 1.0995. 0895. I'm sorry, 1.0895. And if I take a market order as well, so when the market opens and we allow the first hour for the spread to drop to something, reasonable, the profit target would be the same, but the stop loss would be at 1.0795 on the market order.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Well, so we'll put those. So, and then, we're running a little bit on tight on time. So maybe you could tell us the second trade that you're trading.
Yep. So second trade, pound Canadian, also the weekly. So in this case, it's coming off the upper Bollinger Band here. And we've hit that level. It looks to be overbought, looks to me to be dropping. I'm liking the fact that today the pound's looking weak, the Canadian's looking strong on the daily anyway.
Right.
And so I'm looking at this to drop. And so I'd be looking at entering a limit order. So in this case, a sell limit at 1.7332.
Okay, 7332. Okay.
Stop loss.
Same strategy. We're coming in. We're going to come in market and then also limit, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yep. So the limit order is up here. So I'm looking for it to pull back first to that limit order. The stop loss would be 173.83 on that limit order. The profit target is 171.55. So again, I'm wanting to be out before the round number of 171.50. I don't want it to get to I don't want a profit target at 171.48 or 47 or something. I'm out before that level. And when I take a market order, assuming that we get no gaps, I would be looking at a stop loss of 173.40 on the market order.
Very good. Okay. So well, I think the single most interesting takeaway from everybody who's listening here, guys, is how uniquely Andrew analyzes his charts. They say that trading is all about context. And even though the candlestick stick patterns can look the same, the context for Andrew is completely different based upon indicators. And within it's the indicators that really create the prospect of a profit, or perhaps no look at all because of the overbought or oversold condition. So that's an really interesting takeaway.
Boris, can I just add one thing? I know you said we're getting short on time. You asked me to pick a really good setup earlier, and I've just seen one to share with you.
Sure.
Back here, this candle here is my ideal reversal setup.
Perfect.
And I'm getting exhaustion. I'm getting like an N shape here. I'm getting a trend line break off the upper Bollinger. And you can see nicely it reversed back to a retracement and then it continued downwards. So that kind of pattern is a reversal.
Got it. Great. Thank you so much. Okay. We're going to go to Etienne, who's got his big trade of the week. What do you like as a longer term idea going into next week? Because my friend, we got to get you caught up to Andrew because he's running on this euro on the whopping 4 pips that he's making in euro yen. No, it's up to 7 pips. He's really euro yen is your one trade that's carrying the load right now.
It is. Nothing else is.
Nothing else is. But hey, we'll take it. All it takes is one trade. That's what it is. So talk to us, Etienne. What do you like? What do you think is gonna-
So for next week, 2 reversal trades based on support resistance areas. The first one is on Euro USD. And I'm looking here to buy, right? So we are getting to this level here, 1.17. So this is, first of all, a round number. It's also a place where price reversed a couple of times in the past, over here before, and, of course, many times before that, of course. So that's what I'm looking at. I would be looking to buy right here, I think a market order, and place a stop loss, ideally below this low over here. So
can you? I'm sorry. Can you just read out the actual numbers? You'd be buying.
So buying market. So now at 1.174, and I would try to put my stop loss a bit below the wick here, so 1.167.
Okay.
And then from there, targeting the other high over here, so 1.187.
Okay. So, I'm noticing a pattern in Etienne. Etienne loves to buy, and I guess maybe sell also, but definitely buy early double bottoms. Like he's looking for that early double. Like this is a clear double bottom in the euro if it's forming. If he can catch that move, that's obviously a multi-R move, multi-risk reward move. If the turn happens, and I guess that's sort of like seems like your bread and butter setup. You like to
Yeah.
to get those. But by the way, what's interesting is that both traders come at this from a very, very different analytical framework, but very similar approach, because what they're looking for is catching turns early where you have the greatest potential for reward with the least amount of risk involved, because the risk is clearly defined and the reward gives you ample room to top of the range or break of the range or stuff like that. Very interesting. And I guess you trade the short to the same side, right? You'd be looking for that early double top reversal with all of your Bollinger Band and triangle indicators as additional inputs into your analysis, right? Is that right?
Yeah. Similar, very similar.
All right, super.
So,
but we don't have that much time left in the trading battle. We'll do an update a little bit later. Still, I think Andrew is leading the way right now. But as I said, this could change very, very quickly over the week. So we're going to let those trades marinate. But for now, Andrew is leading with a move in the euro yen, which he caught for 8 points on a Friday the 13th. I want to
let me
talk
show
a
you
little bit.
my second long-term trade. Second
Yes,
trade.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did I step on that? I didn't know we had a second one. Okay.
Cool. So the second trade is very similar. This is on AUD Kiwi, so AUD New Zealand dollar. And I'm looking to, again, same thing here is to buy the support at 1.05. Again, a round number in Forex. So looking to play a stop loss. So entry market order here at 1.048. I'll try to put a stop loss a bit below the low if I can here. So 1.042. And I'm targeting this next level over here at 1.059.
Interesting. Huh. It just dawned on me that, of course, I'm a very short-term trader. I trade 1 minute charts in the indices. Wow. But when I think about what we do every single day in my chat room, it actually isn't that different from what you guys do. We're all, I trade turns. It just dawned on me. I never thought about it the way that you guys did it, but I do the same kind of thing. We're coming up to the end of the show, and I definitely wanted to give a chance for each of our great traders to talk a little bit about what they do, what their services are. So Etienne obviously has a great podcast. Anybody who's in trading, anybody who's interested in trading has to listen. I listen to every single episode. Desire to Trade. He interviews many great traders, including yours truly here a few times. But what else is cooking? He's got a lot of projects going on. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing, Etienne.
Yeah, so my goal is just to be able to help traders have more freedom and have people get more consistent results in trading. That's really my big thing I want to work on. So we have people, we have an academy, we coach people, we want to really make transformations. And we're not there just to kind of necessarily sell courses, but mostly to help people grow and become better in all areas of life. So yeah, they can definitely check out the YouTube channel as well. I post videos there on a weekly basis. And the podcasting are the best ways to start with me, for sure.
Yes, I listen to Etienne every single week on Stitcher, which is like my podcast app. Now, for the academy, is that a series of educational courses? Do you have any kind of one-to-one mentoring? What do you guys do on your academy?
Yeah, it's basically a big coaching program that includes a course that covers all years of trading. So people get to learn all about the mindset, the psychology, the trade parts, the trading strategy, and everything. We just started to re-record it, so we have a second version now out since a few weeks, which is pretty cool. It took a long time to do. And it comes, of course, with coaching, so we coach all the students one-on-one. We give them some time for them to get results, and we really want to have this connection, this family feeling in the academy.
Oh, wonderful. That sounds great. That sounds really, really valuable. Okay, and of course, Andrew is actually wearing a shirt that says Trading Coach. He's been in the game for quite a long time, and obviously a tremendous amount of experience, and with experience, I would imagine sort of a much calmer. I've seen all the kind of markets, possible volatility attitude. But tell us a little bit about what you do and what kind of services you offer to
Yeah,
traders.
cool. Thanks, Boris. Yeah, so I've been trading Forex now for nearly 18 years myself. And 12 years ago, I started the Forex Trading Coach. And we have taught thousands of people that have jumped on board with us. Again, like Eddie, and we like to have that real person community. You know, we trade from home. But one thing I like to try and help people achieve is, because the reality is a lot of people are not going to become full-time traders and make a living out of it. That's the reality. Sure. But there's other ways you can do it. But, you know, you can take on funds for other people. You can sell signals, those type of things. So for me, it's important to get people to learn how to trade, but also to do it with low risk, low drawdown, high reward to risk trades, but also to make it real. So we say to people that once you understand the strategy that we use, you can trade quite comfortably in 30 minutes a day. And for me, I look at 5 p.m. New York time and 5 a.m. New York time. And, you know, I know we've done this.
5 p.m. New York time is what time to you?
That's
like
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
So at that time, I look at the daily charts, 12 hours, 8, 6, and 4. And then at 5 a.m., I look at because it's European session also, I look at 1, 2, 4, 6, and 12-hour charts. And I can scan through that twice a day in 30 minutes quite easily. We also post trades for our clients to follow based on the daily charts. Specific trades, entry and exits, reasons why. We're up 11% for August in just under 2 weeks. So really not every month will be anywhere near that. It's a really good month so far. We have live webinars each week. We've got a forum site, but we make it, you know, we don't have, we have one strategy basically. And it's just about the strategy. We don't have a forum where people start adding things and become, you know, some forums get quite bad. We have a really decent, everybody helps everybody attitude.
I'm actually curious, like how many trades in August did you guys do? Like that 11%?
On the daily charts, let me just, I'm go right in front of you here. We have got 12 trades so far.
Trades. Okay, it's a decent pace. It's not an unreasonable pace. Yeah. I do that in an hour, but you do it in a month. That's fine.
But we're only risking 1% on each trade.
Sure. No, it's very good. I'm sure you guys teach very good risk reward fundamentals. No, this is the kind of the trading that almost anybody can do without having to look at the screen all the time. You know, you could sort of, you know, you could trade it as an avocation, and for most people, you really don't need to be a full-time trader. As an avocation, just both as a joy and as an additional stream of income, it's a tremendous thing. So we all love that. So let's take a look at sort of like the final tally here. It looks like Andrew continues to lead here, right? I'm still seeing very. It's tough for me to see, so I'm just kind of guessing. His nominated charity is for blind, low vision guide dogs. Oh, well, you know, you got a soft spot for me. I love guide dogs. I mean, I love dogs in general, but it's great to do a charity for that. And actually, I'm curious, Etienne, what charity are you playing for?
Yeah, I'm going for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Make-A-Wish Foundation, another great charity. Yes, super great. So it's Quiet Friday. It's Friday the 13th, but the ghosts are kind of quiet. So we haven't had a lot of price action, and frankly, you know, most of the losses are just basically spread losses. They're just there. Although I see that, hey, the S&P is working, right? Oh, I love it. You know, the one index trade that I trade, that's the Etienne's S&P is in the green. But you know, the other trades are kind of floating. Nothing is kind of hits stops and targets. But obviously, as it stands right now, we will follow up with the official final tally next week after the longer term trades get a chance to be put on and follow through. But for now, Andrew is the temporary, is the leading winner. But more importantly, today's session has just been fascinating because we got a chance to learn from two very, very good, unique traders who trade a very similar strategy, but in different formats. And that was just fascinating to learn. I want to thank both of you guys very much for coming on to the Trading Battle. It's been a fascinating education.
Awesome. Thank you, Boris. Thanks, Etienne. And thanks to the guys at 8Cap as well.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see everybody in the markets. Everybody enjoy. Boris Schlossberg for Trading Battle, over and out.